Good morning. Today is Wednesday, and Wednesday is related to the planet Mercury. Mercury is at home in both Gemini and Virgo. So Gemini rules over the shoulders, arms, and hands, and Virgo rules over that lower belly. So today we will work on stabilizing through the shoulders, stretching out through the arms, shoulders, wrists, into the hands, and we'll do a few poses that will create a little bit of heat in that low belly. So let's get started in our child's pose. Reaching those arms long, grounding into our mat. And coming into the breath here. And as we notice our breath as we start today's practice, also noticing how are your shoulders feeling today? What sensations do you have through the arms as you hold this child's pose? Bringing attention to the belly and the hands as well. Five more breaths here. I was just making sure my incense was burning. Slowly, we'll begin to make our way out of child's pose. And we'll find that neutral table position, shoulders over the wrists, hands spread wide like rays of the sun, knees underneath of the hips, pressing into the tops of the feet. We're going to inhale here, exhale to round out through that upper back, feeling the shoulders, wrists here. Inhale, sink the heart, sink the belly. Exhale, rounding out. Inhale into our cow pose. And just one more time here. Exhale. And inhale. And then finding a neutral table, we'll just sort of wag our tail, so to speak. We'll bring left shoulder towards the left hip, looking over that left shoulder. Right shoulder to right hip. Starting to warm up into the sides of the body and just seeing how that feels for our shoulders and our arms and maybe even our low belly. Once more each side. And now we're going to change our hands so that our wrists are facing the top of the mat. We can bring our knees a little closer here because we want to be very gentle as we stretch into the wrists. We're not going to put weight on our wrists, keeping the weight on those legs and just softly feeling a pretty intense stretch through the wrists here. You can sort of wave side to side with those arms and then try and find a little bit of stillness. It's okay that those wrists come off of the mat. It does require a lot of mobility to put them all the way down, and we just are finding a soft stretch here. Just one more breath. And then slowly release. Bring your hands intertwined and just do a few wrist circles to loosen them up. Now to start to warm up into that low belly, we're going to find bird dog. So coming back into that neutral table for just a moment, and then we'll Extend through that left leg, toes toward the mat, starting to feel that core turn on. And then we'll inhale the right arm out. Palm is going to face to the left, and we're going to really plug that right shoulder into the joint. And we're going to hold for 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. A little wiggling is okay. Trying to find that stability. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lowering down. Take a moment to move through those wrists. And then extending the right leg out, flexing the foot, squaring the hips. Inhale, left arm up, palm toward the right side. Plug that left arm into the shoulder socket and holding here for 3 breaths. Feeling some heat coming into that low belly area. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, lowering down. And then finding our plank position. Left foot steps back, right foot steps back. Shifting those hips back. As we press into the hands, pressing into the knuckles where the fingers meet the palm so that the weight isn't in the wrists here. And then taking your dog for a little walk. Warming up through those legs. Warming up through those shoulders as they start to bear more weight. Pressing through those arms, pressing through those hands, pushing the mat away so we find a lot of length through our spine here. And then we'll find stillness for 2 breaths. Now we'll bring the feet together here. And we're going to find our 3-legged dog. So putting a little more work into those shoulders to stay stable as we inhale the left leg high. Hips stay squared. Shoulders stay squared. 2 breaths. Keeping a nice bend in that right leg. Using the glute to lift the leg. And then we'll rotate the hips. Keep those shoulders squared. Keep equal pressure into the hands. Open the left hip on top of the right. And you can soften that top leg to feel a little stretch into those hip flexors and low belly. 2 more breaths. Inhale back through your 3-legged dog. Slowly lower the leg down. Take a moment here. Feel free to rest in child's pose to give those wrists a little break. And then finding your downward dog again. We'll try it on the other side. Feet come together. Hips stay squared. Equal pressure in the hands and shoulders. Inhale the right leg high. 2 breaths here. Using that right glute to lift the leg. Softly bending through that left leg. And then stacking right hip over left hip. Bending that right knee. 2 more breaths here. Inhaling through center. And slowly lowering back to our downward dog. This top is not conducive to these downward dogs. Sorry about that. So now we're going to find a comfortable seat. Man, I do love this jumpsuit, but I think it's more for looks than functionality. So, back into our body. From this position, we're going to find a reverse plank. And this is going to involve using our glutes and core to lift our hips up and keeping stable through those shoulders, arms, and hands. So hands are going to press beside you. Shoulders squeeze together on the back. Keep those fingers spread wide, and then press into the feet, squeeze the glutes as you lift up into a reverse plank pose, feeling that lower belly core turning on. 2 breaths. One more breath. And then slowly, with control, coming back down. Taking a moment here to roll out those shoulders, and we'll find it one more time. Press into those feet, press into the palms, squeezing the glutes, lifting the core high, shoulder blades on the back. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly lowering back down. Now we're going to find a little shoulder stretch. So just a comfortable seat, legs can be extended or crossed. We're going to inhale the arms wide. Exhale, cross that right arm, gripping at the wrist. And just a soft, you'll feel a tricep stretch here and through that shoulder. Inhale the arm overhead, grabbing at the elbow. Hand comes between the shoulder blades on the back for a little deeper stretch into the shoulders and triceps. Inhale. One more breath. Slowly release. Roll those shoulders onto the back. Inhale, arms wide, crossing left arm across, grabbing at the wrist, slowly pressing towards the back of the body, feeling that stretch through the shoulder, the deltoids, the triceps, keeping the shoulders pulled away from the ears. And then bringing that left arm overhead, changing the grip to the elbow, left palm between the shoulder blades. One side might feel different than the other. And slowly release. A few shoulder rolls on the back. Now we're going to come down to our mat and find a little bridge flow. So bridge pose, we're going to have the heels close enough that we can tickle them with our fingers. Head lowers down, shoulder blades on the back, and the feet are about hip width apart here. Now we're going to press into the feet, squeeze the glutes to lift the hips up, and inhale those arms overhead. Exhale to slowly lower, tucking the tailbone one vertebrae at a time, comes back down. Feeling a nice stretch through the shoulders as we come up. An engagement of that lower belly. Exhale to lower down. Bridge pose serves as a great resetting pose for that lower body. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. And we'll finish with our Shavasana, extending those legs out. Palms to the sky. Tuck the shoulder blades together on the back. Slightly tuck the chin. Relax through the jaw. Let the tongue fall from the top of the mouth. Let go of your practice today. Let go of controlling the breath. Just being in this moment and letting yourself drift away to that quiet, white space inside yourself. slowly starting to deepen the breath. Coming back into your body. Wiggling those hands, toes, fingers, feet. Inhale the arms overhead. And bringing one and then both knee into the chest for a little hug. Maybe a little kiss on each knee for self-love before rolling onto that left side. And then pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Thank you so much for practicing with me again today, yogis. We have a few more days left of our 15-minute Astro Yoga classes for the days of the week. If you're enjoying yourself, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And please, any comments, feedback, questions is completely welcome. Namaste.